is what I love about getting up early in the morning before everybody else. I don't know if you can hear the turkeys in the background, but there's some deer right across the road. Turkeys are back here behind the house. See if we can zoom in. Some of you that don't know, all those black spots in the tree, those are wild turkeys. And as the sun comes up, the hens will start pecking, and they'll eventually start flying out of the tree. Before we feed hay, some of y'all know we had a paint horse, Peaches. We ended up getting rid of her yesterday. Today is February 29th. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning, about 30 degrees outside. But we had to paint Peaches, and she had a little bit of a vice on loading, and I don't really have time to train one to load. And my daughter's wanting a step-up horse. This is Goose, we've had for a while. Goose is a great horse, and she's Kinsley's little barrel horse that we've been using. Kinsley needs one. She wants one that's, you know, is going to run a little bit faster and step up a little bit. So last night we sold Peaches and we picked up Sugar. This is Sugar. Sugar's not much on a stall, and Sugar hasn't been let out here yet. So, and her and Goose have been kind of nose to nose, getting to know each other all night. And so we are going to let out Sugar and see kind of how her and Goose react. Now typically I would I wouldn't just let her come out. I would want to lead her out with a rope, but in order to film, I'm gonna have to just open the door. We'll let them. Come on. Go on, Sugar. Go on. See Goose's ears pinned back. She's trying to show dominance. They're both pinned back a little bit. Goose is historically, she has been the head horse. She's been the boss. Peaches, although Peaches was much bigger, she was always, she was submissive to Goose. Now when we had Abby Joe, our other horse, it was the exact opposite. Goose was submissive to Abby Joe. Alright, so I had a guy ask me on the phone the other day about my cows and my herd, and I thought, you know what, I hadn't done an update on that in a while. So as some of you probably remember, if you've been following along on my Facebook page and YouTube channel, back in April of 2018 I bought 5 heifers. In March of 2019 I bought 3 bred cows, and then I ended up getting another heifer that was bred, I didn't know was bred, back in June of 2019. So let's start with the 3 bred cows. So the 3 bred cows I got, one of them's name is Nelda. I didn't name these, okay? The lady that had them for me did. One of them's name is Nelda. She's this solid black cow here. So that's Nelda. She's got it on her tag. The other one's name is Ida. She is the solid black cow right here with the white spot on her head. And the other one's name is real original. It's Red. She's that Red Angus cow right there, okay? those were the 3 bred cows that I bought. This is Todd. This is one of the bulls that I used. He's a neighbor's bull. So this past spring, and it would have been May 2019, Nelda calved, and she had a solid black bull. Ida, when she calved, she had a black baldy bull, and Red, when she calved, she had a heifer calf. Now, all 3 of those were bred to a pretty high quality black Angus bull, and his name is Ty. I don't have anything related to Ty other than those calves that I had. I don't have my own bull. I've been using other people's bulls. I really like the look of that black bull of Nelda's, so I've decided to keep her, or keep him, as my herd bull. Okay, so that being said, out of those 3 calves, I have to get rid of the heifer that Red had, and we'll see her in just a little bit when I go show you my calves. So I've got to get rid of her, and I'll show you her. The black baldy bull calf that I had from Ida back there, I traded her to the guy that owns this bull, or traded him to the guy that owns this bull for basically a Hereford heifer, and we'll see her in just a little bit. Now, the black bull that Nelda had that I'm keeping for my herd bull, he is actually at my buddy's house that owns Todd, and I'm not going to be bringing him back to the farm till the fall of 2020 to breed all the heifers that I had last year. Now, the other cow that I had that calved last spring was number 9 up here. And number 9 is a cow I call a Willis Cow because I got him from a guy's last name's Willis. My wife actually helped catch this cow because it got out. And so she helped catch this cow, and or was a heifer at the time, along with another friend of ours, and his daddy runs Vargas Farms, or him and his dad do, and I've got a video that I shared on my Facebook page about Vargas Farms. Y'all should go check that out. Pretty cool story. I was really impressed with that. But I got this cow from them, and so it actually came from Felix Vargas, who's in that video, if you guys take the time to go watch it. Now, she had a heifer, and it was like a black-nosed Charolais. Now, the 5 original heifers that I bought, this is one of them. This is number 4. She is like a Charolais, Hereford, Angus mix. She's just a cross of a lot of things. This is number 1. She is a full Charolais heifer that I bought. This should be number 5 over here. She's another one of those Char Angus Hereford mixes. And number 2 is the white one right there eating hay. She's another full-blooded Charolais. Okay, I bred all 5 of those to Todd. That would have been, I guess that would have been the fall of 2018, and they all calved back in September. One of them calved in October, but they all calved in September of 2019. And so we'll look at those. Oh, there's one more. I missed one. The 4 white ones, but I also had this little baldy heifer that I bought. That's number 3. And so she calved, and the four white ones calved back in the fall. Out of those 5, all 4 of the white ones gave me a heifer calf. The only bull calf I had in the fall was the one that come out of this number 3. So out of a total of 9 cows, or cows and heifers that calved, I ended up with 3 bulls and 6 heifers. So I'm going to keep 4 of those heifers, and I've traded one of my bulls for a heifer, so that's 5 plus my 9. That'll leave me with 14 mamas and my bull, which will be 15 head. I've got about 30 to probably 33 acres of pasture, and I don't really want to get below 2 acres to the head, so I'm not gonna, I want to stay around 15 so I don't have to feed a whole lot of hay. I had about 24 bales this year, and I've basically stockpiled everything onto this pasture. I've let them eat it down, and now I'm feeding them this hay just to get rid of it, and I'll get new hay this spring. The pasture across the hill there is about 15 acres. It's been resting for about a month or so, and it's really green. The grass is growing good, and as soon as I finish feeding hay, I'm gonna turn all these back out on that pasture. Now last weekend we weaned all the calves off of the ones that calved in the fall, and so this video I'm just kind of giving you an update of my herd, and we're going to go show you the calves here in just a second. And then the next video that you see, I'm actually going to do a video of my corral, and that's what I've been working on for the last 4 or 5 months. Starting my new job that I started back in September has really kind of threw a wrench in my timing and what I can and can't do here on the farm. And so I've been at that place PRN from January till September last year. I started full-time in September, and then about 2 weeks ago I moved into a leadership role in my department, and so that's now kind of threw another little iron in the fire that I've got going on. But I have finished my corral finally, and it's about time for bee season, so I'm gonna show you that corral, show you us working some of those calves and all that good stuff, because evidently I do have people on my channel who really do like the cattle videos. They like to see the farm, they like to see stuff other than bees, and there's not a lot to do right now when it's 30 degrees and outside with the bees, so we're just checking out the herds. So let's go run down them calves and let y'all see my calves. Well, it has started snowing this morning, and here we are at my heifers. They're in my horse pasture. Got to keep them separated from their mamas. They've been separated for about a week now. They're fence line weaning. This pasture connects to the one that I was just in with the cows, and I'm gonna let them fence line wean for about another week while I finish feeding hay, and then we will move the cows off, and then they're going to stay right here in this pasture. So when we were talking earlier about the Ida's black baldy bull that I had, and I traded her for a Hereford-ish style heifer, this is her, number 12. Her mama's number was 12, and so that's her. She's going to be one of my new mama cows. So we traded that black baldy for her. This little number 14 tan calf that just turned away from us there, that is one, came out of one of my 5 heifers that I bought in April of 18. And she actually came out of number 2. She was a Charolais, one of the full Charolais, and she was bred to Todd. So she is number 2 and Todd, and that's what she was. The little piebald looking heifer there in the front, she's kind of a Hereford-ish type calf as well. She came out of Todd and number 4. So she was one of the Char Angus Hereford heifers that I bought back in April of 2018, and she was bred to Todd. This number 11 here, solid red, she was born and she was sired by Todd and number 5. So she was also one of the Char Angus Hereford type heifers that I bought in April of 18, and that's what she come out of. So Todd, that's one thing I really like about him, is he's thrown so many different things for us. We have a solid red out of him. There's a tan over here. We've got a Hereford style. Now that little black-nosed Charolais heifer that's walking away from us, we're going to see if we can get a little bit better look at her. She was also sired by Todd, but she was her mama is number 1. So her mama was a full Charolais, and Todd was her daddy, and she come out solid white with a black nose. This little number 10 here, she is the heifer that come out of number 9, that Willis cow that we caught, that we thought was a young heifer but ended up being bred. So that's her. She was born back in June of 2019. Now I'm not keeping her. I just don't like the looks of her, and I don't like how she's growing. So I'm actually going to be taking her to the sale barn and getting rid of her. This little baldy bull here was out of Todd and my number 3 black baldy heifer that I got in April of 18. This was the only bull that I had in the fall. I've left him a bull because I had some people that may be interested in buying him. He's a good looking bull, but I can't keep him because he's sired by Todd, and the vast majority of these young heifers are also sired by Todd. So I cannot keep him, so he's going to the sale barn. And we got one more. This black heifer out here, who is absolutely beautiful. I just really love her, and I really hate to get rid of her. But she is sired by Ty. Her mama was red, and this is the heifer that I do have to get rid of. She's a really good looking heifer, but the problem is her daddy is Ty. My bull that I'm going to be using from Nelda, also sired by Ty, and we're not going to inbreed on this farm. So she's nice and fat, so she's going to the sale barn. That little white one right there is going, and that little bull calf. So I'm going to get to take 3 to the sale barn in the next few weeks. Get a little bit of money put back in my pocket. We've been on this farm since July of 2015. It took us almost 3 years to get our fences fixed and our farm to where we could get some cattle. And after all is said and done, I'll have the 4 heifers from this past fall, plus the one I traded. So that'll be my 5 new mamas that'll go in with the 9 I already have. So that'll put me at 14 mama cows, and then I'll have my black bull that I'm going to be bringing back. And the plan is to use either Todd or another young Charolais bull that me and one of my buddies across the hill that we really worked a lot together, we kind of went in and we got a Charolais bull. So I'm either going to use Todd again in the fall for all my big stuff, or I'm going to use that new Charolais bull for my big stuff. And then I'm going to bring my black bull over here and let him breed all this little stuff, because they're going to be all about the same age. That black bull will be about 18 months old at that time, so he'll be ready to work a few heifers himself. And so we'll do that in the fall of this year, and then after the fall of this year, that black bull will start breeding everything that I have for about probably the next 4 or 5 years, as long as he stays sane and doesn't go crazy. So that's an update on the herd. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Give me some comments below if you like the cattle videos, and we'll try to keep those coming. Be on the lookout for the corral video. I'm going to go up there and try to start shooting a video of my corral and show you guys kind of what I've done, tell you why I've done it. And I think you'll really like it. And I mean, if you're in the market to build a corral, it may give you some ideas, some little tips and tricks that I've implemented that you may be able to implement to help your operation. All right, y'all have a good one.